So, we are going to be talking about the investment project or the budget challenge that we are just about to start today. Y'all set up y'all's accounts on Friday or Thursday, excuse me. And today we are going to go through setting up your bills. So, first off, the game is going to start where you have to worry about your bills on the 26th through May 7th. You need to have your account set up by 11 p.m. on the 26th. Otherwise, you will not start with any money in your bank account. So you'll start with $0 versus everybody else starting off with $1,700.62. So make sure you get everything set up. As we are going through today, if you will go through the vending vendor options on Budget Challenge, so go ahead and get logged in right now, and then have the piece of paper that Mr. Ball gave you out on your desk to record what's going on. And if you make your prelim or your beginning setup today, you can make changes. Nothing's set in stone until February 26th. And I recommend making a starting point choice on each of these decisions today. So, the basic situation is you have graduated from college and you are starting your new job at Widgets Engineering, and you get paid a certain amount each month. And so for the vendor selections, you'll go to Student Home, go to Vendor Selections, and that will get you to where you can see as we're going through the choices. You should have this paper out on your desk because we are going to go through filling it out. Some key terms that we're going to be talking about today is a cycle day or statement day. That is the day that the bill will be generated to you. You won't see it on the account until the next day. And the due day is how many days after that you have to pay it. So basically, it's the days until due. And that's just how I labeled your chart is days till due. Grace days are extra days you may have and to get the bill paid where you won't be considered late. Don't count on your grace days. Those are just there in case something goes wrong. But budget on the due date. So we are at Widget Engineering and Design. You're going to get paid bi-weekly installments of $2,058 before they take out your deductions. You chose the high deductible insurance plan, and you're going to make the decision on your 401k. So that's where we're going to start. Is you're going to go to Student Home, and you're going to go to Job. Under Job, you're going to click this little button that says Enroll in 401k, and you're going to choose a percent that you want to go to your retirement plan. The big thing here is there is going to be a challenge where you get to, if you have $1,000 deposited into your 401k in the first 4 paychecks, then you can win a trophy. And the trophies are going to matter into your grade. And so they will match 5%. So that means if you put in 1%, they match 1%. If you put in 3%, they match 3. 5%, they match 5. If you put in 8%, they match 5. So anything over 5%, they still just match 5. So I started us off with, I put on mine 7%. So now if I look down here, my 401k contribution is $144.06. They matched 102. So that means total in this paycheck, how much went to my 401k is $246.96. How much is going to come to me is this net pay. So that number right there is the important number for you to keep in mind for what you're going to have to budget. Again, every 2 weeks you get paid. The next option you're going to have to set up for is your bank. You have 4 different options. On number 1 and number 4, you have to maintain a minimum balance, and that is very hard to do in your bank account. I typically go with option 3. It's the cheapest of the options, but you can choose whichever one you want. There are some more perks with this option 2, and this is a new feature. They haven't ever had this before, so I don't know what that's going to happen with this game. So you're also going to have a savings account, which will be there for if you need it for overdrafts. Your apartment, there's 2 different options. You can either live by yourself or you can split a 2-bedroom with a friend. The friend is going to bring furniture and kitchen items, but for the time being, to offset that, you're going to pay the monthly gas and electric bill. And they don't watch cable, so they're not going to offer to split that bill. So other things that are going to come into play is you got an old apartment you're moving out of, and you had a deposit of $350. That usually, whatever we get back from that, and it's usually not $350, will happen on about week 3. So the studio apartment is by yourself. It's $700 a month. And it's 1,100. The 2-bedroom apartment is when you split with a roommate. It's only $600 a month for your portion, but that first month's rent is going to be $1,150. So this is only going to happen for your March payment. This is going to be your deposit plus the prorated amount for February, and this is going to be your April and May payment. Next thing is you got a car. There's 2 things you have a choice of. You're either going to go through the credit union or you're going to go through the bank loan. The credit union is going to charge $360 plus a $25 membership fee that first time, and you're going to pay it monthly. On the bank loan, you're not going to pay that membership fee, and it's going to be $369.44. So now for our auto insurance. We have 2 different plans. We have a low deductible, meaning that if something happened to our car, we get it fixed for $350, and it goes as good as new. Or we can get it fixed for $550 with the low premium plan. So you're only going to have to pay this in April, and it's either $1,414.65 or $1,289.65. In this game, there will be one bad scenario that happens. It's either going to be you're in a car wreck or your apartment gets broken into. So your insurance is going to get utilized at some point. Which one it is, we don't know. Keep that in mind when you make your choice. Now, we have 2 options on our table. One is just high-speed internet. The other one includes 60 cable channels. The 60 cable channels starts off at $53.50, and then it's going to move up to $79.95 after that. We don't have to worry about the move up point, but we really don't need, there's no reason to have that 53. We're not. So I would recommend going with the $49.50 or option 1. Next thing is you have your phone. Option 1 is all the talk and text you want, and unlimited 5G internet, 40 gigabyte mobile hotspot, and 4K streaming. The other option just kind of stepped it up and gives you a bit more gigabytes of high-speed data, which is going to be, or it gives you 50 gigabytes of high-speed data and a 10 gigabyte hotspot. So the silver plan is just going to give you a little bit less that you can work with for $10 cheaper each month. Now, all your bills, all your everyday, not bills, all your everyday expenses are going to be run through your Surge credit card. That means everything they spend, every day, there's going to be some type of transaction on this card. They will spend somewhere close to $700 each month on the credit card. Um, they give you two options. One has a very low late fee that has a high interest rate. Two has a higher late fee but a lower interest rate. To me, I always go with option two because I can make sure I get my bill paid on time. And so this won't really matter. All I have to worry about is that interest rate for any outstanding charges. Next, we have our utilities. As remember, we're covering all the utilities no matter which option we went with. And the two things we can have is standard meter based, which means that it's going to be whatever the meter runs. It averages out at $93 a month, but there might be a month where it's 103 and there might be a month where it's 85. So it's going to fluctuate. Budget billing says I'm paying $95 each month no matter what the month, how much utilities I use that month. Our next insurance place is for our house, our apartment. And so there's the cash value policy, which will cover your current belongings at their value. So let's say you have a cell phone, you have a iPhone 15. When you bought it new. So you paid high price for it. But now that's not the new current value. So buying an iPhone 15 current value is a lot cheaper. They're going to pay for you to get replaced with the iPhone 15. Versus replacement cost says you bought a new iPhone. So if something happens to it, we're going to replace it with a current new iPhone. So that means it's going to probably be the more expensive option, but you're going to get more money's back if something happens. Again, it's only if something happens. So the bill amount for the cash value, which is going to reimburse you less, is $195, and you're only going to pay this in February. The option 2 replacement cost is going to be $250, and again, you're only going to pay this in February. So you're only paying this one time in our entire situation. The bill is going to come out in February on the 27th. Now, our student loan, you got a loan from the government. It's government subsidized, and that's how you got the education you needed to go and be an engineer to get the pay you have. Everybody has no option. You're going to get the same one because you've already set it up prior to the scenario. So you're doing the Riptide student loan. There's only one option. Just toggle that button, and your bill amount is $165.78. So fill out that chart. The information is going to be there on your screens as you're going through the choices. And then once you have gone through that chart, I want you to go and take some quizzes, and I'm going to show you how to get to those. So to get to your quizzes, you can go to your student home again and just click on it. You're going to scroll down until you get to the financial capability. This is where you're going to have all the different goals. We will talk about these goals on Wednesday. If you scroll down here, you see you have a financial literacy, and this is the written test. And you see where it says outstanding quizzes. It's in red right here. They post them in the order that they come out as the most current materials down below. You need to have these 3 quizzes done by Thursday. So make sure you have these 3 quizzes done by Thursday and have your chart checked off by Mr. Ball saying that you've done it. By time you come, be ready to have it either checked off by the end of the period today or the start of the period tomorrow. Thank you.